One thing about me and the Go-Getter family is we actually do this. And we do it at the highest level. So I'm glad y'all are here. This is the guide to empower your estate planning, your asset segregation, and to get total control. You gotta name your trust, right? And then you empower yourself through your trustee. Your trustee is something like a straw man for you of sorts, because they're the name on public record. We have signed a management agreement with them, and we get to walk around as Gene Boykin, as agent. It's a beautiful thing. So you're gonna officialize your trust, which is getting it notarized and executing it properly, right? And then activating your trust financial engine is funding the trust. What asset is in it? Laying the groundwork is making sure the proper people are in the proper positions of your trust. Your grantor, your trustee, your beneficiaries. How does that look? And then the successors. Planning for the future. And then securing your trust identification number. Engaging with financial institutions. So you get to go talk that fly shit if you want to. Now, you don't have to talk that fly stuff, guys. You can talk really nice and proper too. Either way, you're gonna get the same result if you do it our way. I'm just saying, a beginner's guide to trust. Guys, we have members all over the country, right? And we're actually changing people's lives all over the country. This is ethical capitalism. There's Gerardo and Victor with their checks. This is Naomi, she's a realtor. So if you are an experienced real estate investor or real estate professional, adding the estate planning to your tool belt is a freaking game changer. Now, if you decide to add creative financing and subject to along with that, that's lights out. Ask Naomi. I mean, Portia, new, has her doctorate in nursing. You know, I had put my big old head in there. There goes my 18-year-old apprentice. I mean, we just been getting checks pretty much since day one. So what we've done is put something together now so we can save you guys thousands of hours scouring documents and learning kind of how to do this, right? The time and the money, and save tens of thousands on mistakes that are going to be made if you don't have the proper information. And there's so much information out there. I understand that it's coming from all different directions. So you don't know who's who. That's why due diligence is important. One thing about me and the Go-Getter family is we actually do this, and we do it at the highest level. So I'm glad y'all are here. This is me and Cap Turner. Now, Cap Turner is a police captain in a major city's police department in the United States. And we're doing something called a quiet title action on his house. This is the art of the $100 house. But I will say that we're not even buying this house. This is his house, he's living in it. The bank screwed him over way back. I'm not gonna get all into that. He wanted some redemption after meeting me and understanding what we could truly do. So this is he and I in Salt Lake City. This is us talking to the servicing company. We are actually still in that quiet title action with them. We are going to wipe away his mortgage, his underlying debt, which is about $134,000. The only way that Cap Turner could do this quiet title action, ladies and gentlemen, because see, the banks are so tricky and so slippery that when we close, when we buy a house and it has a mortgage and we sign a promissory note and we're at the closing table and we're all happy, but we got that nervous pit in our stomach, because we like 30 years and all these closing costs, and they said the plumbing still had to be fixed a little bit because I got that down payment assistance and all that stuff, right? We sign away our right in that stack of paper to demand that they produce the promissory note that says we owe them money. We sign away that right because they make us do that intentionally because they're doing something with that on the secondary market. They're pretty much ripping us off. And I'm not gonna get into all the nerdy stuff, but what made it so that Cap Turner and I could be out here in Salt Lake City, and Salt Lake City is beautiful, by the way, but what made it so we could be out there was we transferred the property into a trust. Well, he didn't even go talk to him. He just called him, and he cited the Garn-St. Germain Act and how the Garn-St. Germain Depository Institution Act stipulates that you can transfer the property into a land trust, and two things happen. The loan doesn't get called due, and you still get to retain your homestead a tax exemption. And that is huge. But ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do that right, they will sneakily take that homestead tax exemption from you. And it'll be hard getting it back. But when you work with people like us, well, you know how to cite, page, chapter, and verse. So that's what Cap Turner got to do. It was a beautiful thing. So now we can fight back. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Dr. Joel. So this is why I say, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're a high-level professional, if you're fresh off of a landscaping job like me, it doesn't matter. All walks of life, it doesn't even matter. And so Dr. Joel got this beautiful house, which has a pool, 11-foot deep pool. We stopped him from having to pay the delinquent payments on this foreclosure as well. And it was partially through the power of a trust that we're able to do this, guys, along with some other high-level skills. So I just want y'all to understand what is happening here. And so he paid $8,300 at closing on this. I mean, he's got $45,000 equity. He'll be getting a $25,000 option fee and cash flowing $825 a month on this thing. And he's a practicing physician, but he likes this better. He does call me Dr. Boykin too. Now I do brag about that because I'm from the mud. I never thought, but hey, if he wants to call me doctor, shit, by all means, don't let me stop you. Anyhow, here's the problems that we solve for people though. And this is what we did for the Dr. Joels, for the Gerardo and Victor, Tiff and Tad, right? Strategies for identifying lucrative deals if you're considering the real estate arm of this. Mastering client communication, the art of a no money deal, and then the most comprehensive contracts in the game. And then also how to safeguard your investments and protect your newfound wealth. But there is something here. We did have two choices. I could go as cheap as possible and just run you guys in circles and not give you real information and kind of get you pumped up and then just try to, sell you the next thing. Or I could add more value, have people like Coach Jerry and Coach Molly coming in to shore up what we do. So those were the two choices. But the question that we want to ask ourselves is, what would the end result be worth to you? I mean, really just think about that, Britt, just for a second. Because I hear people sometimes come into the Go-Getter family and say, like, man, this is a lot of information, a lot of high level information too. And it's like, I think to myself, well, yeah, we are able to get free houses. We are able to, even if you don't want to be in real estate, you can safeguard your assets, protect your legacy, and really protect yourself with this information. So there should be a lot of information. But here's the thing. In life, we've all, had accomplishments, right? Or we've had situations where we thought to ourselves, there's no way I'm getting out of this. I don't see a way out. I've really messed up this time. I'm sure that we've all have thought that before, but somehow, some way, we made it here today. So we did get through that thing or over that thing, right? Some kind of way, even when we thought that there wasn't a way out. But if we knew then how hard it was going to be to get to this seat that we're in today, to get through a lot of those things, if we knew it before we actually did it, we probably would have never done it because it was too hard. But see, we didn't understand until we were knee deep in it.